Okay. So once you install your APM server, so it's let me relaunch it again. So once your APM server is launched, you can start your APM server here. So how can you check your APM server is up and running, guys? Once you start this APM server, how can you confirm that your APM server is running fine? So you have started the APM server and it is saying REST HTTP listener is started on this particular IPN port. How can you check that your APM server is working fine? Yeah, so we were using this particular IP address 127.0.0.1 4723/webdriver/hub/status. So this will return you the APM driver status, which particular version the APM server is installed. Okay. Now once the APM server is setup is done, then we have seen how to download your APM jar files, which is client library. Just go to the APM IO portal, click on downloads button here, then select which client library you want to download. Suppose if you are working with Java, select Java client library, then download this jar file, Java client jar file. So we already have that in our machine here. So then we added Selenium jar files, which are already seen in our previous class from the previous programs. Then we added this Java client, which is also called as APM client library. Now the complete setup is done. In our the first classes we have seen Android SDK setup, connecting and detecting your Android mobile device. Then we have seen how to download and install APM setup. Language binding libraries also is done. The next thing is writing up Java, setting up Java project and writing the Java code, correct? Now, so create a simple Java project, create a simple class. So the only change between Selenium and APM code is just your couple of steps, guys. One is in Selenium, you are downloading the Selenium bindings, which is also called jar files. You are creating a Java project, adding the path to build files, then setting the path of driver. But this step is not required in APM. Setting driver path is not required in APM because APM will have the driver during its installation only. Then you are declaring the WebDriver and you are writing the code for your automation, the actual execution of your code. This is the process in Selenium. But if you see the process of APM, almost 90% of the process is same. The only 10% what it changes, we are adding the additional desired capabilities here, correct? Now you are downloading the Java client libraries and Selenium library jar files, creating a simple Java project as the process is same till build path. Now you are adding desired capabilities. What is this desired capability class will do, guys? Why this desired capabilities class is used? To set attribute for mobile device. Okay. To set what are the capabilities that your remote WebDriver is going to take, like on what device, on what platform is your device connected, either it is Android or iOS, and what is the browser name you are going to automate, and what is the version of your currently connected mobile device, and what is the device name or device serial ID. So these are the additional capabilities which you are providing to your remote web driver here, correct? You're providing these additional capabilities to your remote web driver so that your remote web driver will take these capabilities and tell the APM server which is running in this URL to execute the below code which you have written for automation in this mobile. Okay, so the complete setup is same as Selenium what you are processing in the APM till here, and the only additional part is instead of desired capabilities, you are instead of setting up a driver path, you are setting up your desired capabilities. Your desired capabilities are very simple for Android. These are the 4 mandatory capabilities which you need to provide. And instead of web driver, you need to use remote web driver to execute. So your remote web driver URL will contain the APM server URL here, as well as you are passing what capabilities you are executing. So the rest code what you write for Selenium and APM is same, guys. And so there is no change in the code, like methods, select class, everything, or whatever we worked in our previous sessions in Selenium course, you can write the same code in APM as well. So that's why I'm not going in detail for writing the code. Let's have only 1 or 2 steps and we will check the execution. Okay. So any query is still here, guys. So yesterday we have seen this program executing. So we have declared WebDriver and we have declared the desired capabilities here. Then how do we get this device name, guys? How do we get this value for the device name? So in the command prompt, we can use ADB devices and it will give the device serial ID. So you are copying the serial ID for our device name. Now you are setting up remote web driver. Then you are launching google.com. Let me write some text here. Driver.find element by dot name is Q. So I want to push after launching google.com, I want to push this particular text into this send case. And let me say I want to press enter. So slash n will enter the text here. After pushing the text, I will wait for 10 minutes, then I will close the browser. So I will tell you how to inspect the web elements in mobile browser. So let's see executing this sample script first, Pallavi. So let's execute this one. And we will get an error now. Okay, so I already started APM server here. Let me open my mobile screen for you. So if you see here, the Chrome driver is communicating with ADB, APM server, base driver is there, HTTP. So it launched google.com. It will wait for 10 seconds, then push This is a demo text, whatever the text we have provided in our input box, and it has entered. So the mobile automation demo. Okay, it will wait for 10 seconds and it will close the browser. The rest process is same, guys. Whatever you write in Selenium code, it is same. Now the question is, how do we exactly identify the objects for web application of a mobile? So there are two ways, guys. Just launch your Chrome browser in your system. Just type google.com. So if you want to inspect elements, the elements what to inspect in Chrome browser will be also same here. The only thing is select your mobile screen like this. If you're selecting iPhone X, so in your iPhone X, this is the view it will load, your Chrome browser will load. So now inspect in mobile view, mobile mode, okay. Then copy the XPath. This XPath will work as it is, or just type here Chrome devices. This will show a list of devices here, like Chrome inspect, guys. Sorry, Chrome inspect. So in your mobile device, you just launch the Chrome browser. Now I am just minimizing. This session will go now because I'm not working with Chrome. Let me close this Chrome browser now. So if you refresh, I have under inspect devices my Lenovo, which is connected with USB, but I have not launched Chrome browser. So if I launch this Chrome browser, I will get a session here. If you refresh this browser, I will get a dedicated session, and it will show which URL it is launched here. Okay. So if you want to open a new URL here, just type the URL, like let's say wipro.com, and open. This should automatically push wipro.com to the mobile device. Just give me a sec, guys. I will make this screen awake. So this is your inspector. Now you have launched wipro.com here. Click on inspect. A new window will open with your mobile screen on your inspector tab. Okay. So this is what the exact screen is loaded in your mobile, guys. So now if you click on inspect button and click on select somewhere, it will highlight in your mobile as well. Okay. So those who have Android mobiles with USB access, you can try it now. So let me relaunch it again. Click on inspect. So this is your mobile tags. Just give a sec, guys. Yeah. So you are able to see your mobile screen, right? So just suppose if you want to click on the responsive menu button, just click on this button. Inspect your XPath here. right click, copy your export, check it. So you don't have this menu button icon, so use this relative export. Let's write a sample script for Wipro here. Let's clone this test case. So instead of google.com, this will be wipro.com. And so let me use this same script. So copy the export in your inspector. Provide your export dot. What is the operation that we need to perform here? It's a click operation. Okay. So let me repeat this one, the inspector one. Let me close this inspector. So how do you inspect your export in your mobile device, right? When you're working with web-based applications, launch Chrome browser. In Chrome browser, you can go to inspect, Chrome inspect option. Suppose if you are not opening any Chrome browser in your mobile, even in your mobile, you need to open Chrome browser and launch the URL what you need to inspect. Clear, guys? So just refresh this inspect device window. Now if you see my mobile, I have not launched any Chrome browser here. So let me minimize. Yeah. So in my mobile, there is no Chrome browser launched. So if you refresh this window, you will not see any sessions, active sessions here. Okay. Now, if you launch your Chrome browser, it will show the active session. Just refresh this. So Wipro.com is your active session now. Or if you are changing the URL here, let's say I'm giving some other URL, Goldman Sachs. Okay. So if you see here, it's automatically updating the session which is available. Previously it was Wipro.com. Now it is Goldman Sachs. Means it's updating with your real mobile device which is connected with USB cable. So now if you just click on inspect this one, it will open a new window. Now in Goldman Sachs, you can identify what are your export and other capabilities. So just click on inspect button, click on wherever the menu button you want to do. So copy this export. So let's write a script for this, guys. Just change to goldmansachs.com. Now let us execute this script. Let's say not to hit the driver. So let me show the mobile screen here. Check your APM server, what's happening after your execution. Now it launched goldmansachs.com. then a click operation is done on menu button. Now you have different menu bars. Okay, so before that we have some queries. Can you please tell how do we see mobile screen on laptop? Okay, so you can check your mobile screen using Android screen monitor. So if you want to download your Android screen monitor, just search here for Android screen monitor jar download. Okay, so go to this GitHub link. You can download the jar file here. So this is the version of jar file. This jar file will allow you unzip this one, and let me close this one, this mobile device. So I have this ASM jar file unzipped here. So double click this jar file, then it will tell you how many devices are connected. So only one device is connected now. So click OK. So click OK. It will show the mobile screen here. Clear? So you can view your mobile screen. But if you want to inspect your Chrome, similarly in Selenium, how you were doing F12 developer options and you were inspecting your XPath. But now in mobile device, you can just click on Chrome, inspect. So if any active sessions are in your mobile device, like let's say I launched this Goldman Sachs, it will show you here which are the active sessions. So just refresh this Chrome browser. It will show what is the active session available. Then click on inspect. A window will be opened with your mobile device. So now you can even operate your mobile from here only. You can control your mobile from here. So we have identified the XPath for this responsive web design button. Then we clicked it. So if ASM jar is present, the screen monitor automatically gets open while execution. So Pallavi, I'm using ASM jar just to showcase the execution happening in my mobile device for the participants. So it doesn't require to install or download ASM jar file. Okay. So because you are executing the script locally, right? So you can see there. But I just wanted to show this what's happening in the mobile device when you are executing the script to participants. So I'm using ASM jar file. So ASM is nowhere related to APM. Okay. Okay. Now. Yes, to see your mobile screen on your laptop, you need ASM jar. Yeah. So anyone have queries how to inspect elements here, guys? So inspecting web elements in a Chrome browser with a connected device. Anyone has queries? So go to your Chrome browser, then click on inspect here. it will then launch your Chrome browser in your mobile device. Suppose if you are not launching your Chrome browser in your mobile device, you will not have an active session. So then you cannot see anything here. If you have an active session, click on inspect, then a new window will be opened here. So then you can inspect your elements, whatever the web element you want to identify here. Then you can identify your XPath and all. Clear? Clear, guys? Any queries in inspecting web elements? Now, let's see. Let's say clicking on login button. So how do you automate anchor tag, guys? Suppose if you have an anchor tag here, so they are saying login is anchor tag 1. What web element we are going to identify to automate this anchor tag? So when you see anchor tag here, so this is called a reference, a h reference for this login button. Now what type of web element I need to identify here? Either it is ID, name. Yeah, it's by link text. So what is link text? The text what we are seeing here. So it said login. So just copy this one, login button. Let's provide this in our script. So let's do wait for 2 seconds to load this menu bar. Then we need to find element by link text and provide the link text what you are able to view. And what is the operation that we need to perform here? It's click operation. Correct? Let's execute this one and check what's happening. So whenever you execute, just have a look in your APM logs, guys. So this will give you a better understanding what's happening in your mobile. So whenever you're executing the script, right, some APM will be automatically installed. APM settings app will be installed. Don't worry that some other applications is installing in your mobile device. So that APM is required to be installed. So it's error saying GUI automator has stopped. Okay. Move to state stop. So let's stop this script instead of waiting for so long. Re-execute the script again. How come UI automator is stopping again and again? So just give me a sec, guys. So you will face this issue commonly, guys, when you are executing your script. So Selenium remote unreachable browser exception. Can anyone guess why this exception is coming? Could not start a new session Possible causes are invalid address of remote server or browser startup failure. Can someone tell why that exception is coming? Because you are starting your APM server here, correct? Now I have stopped this APM server. That's why it is not able to recognize your APM in this particular URL. That's why it is saying could not start a new session. Possible causes are invalid address of remote server. Either you have specified this address as invalid, okay, or your APM server is not started. Okay, let's start the APM server again. Clear this. Let me open mobile screen. Let's execute the script now. So you can see here the ADB is first communicating and checking a list of connected devices. It got one device connected. Then ADB will tell UI Automator, hey, I got this device. Now you can go and push your scripts. Then UI Automator will call Android driver. Now Android driver is pushing your scripts here and it's launching goldmansachs.com. So even you can see here your JSON response and all. Okay. Suppose the script is failed here. Now it can check. So the selector login is not available. Got response 200 means go and read your error in Java. No such element located by link text login. So let's provide capital letter login, because here we are able to see capital letters, right? We execute the script. Or suppose if you are not able to work with link text, so then you inspect your element again. Yeah. So now it has clicked on login button. So after clicking on login, let's go identify some flow here manually. Okay. So after clicking on login, let's click on one more login here. Login GS, login.gs for employees. Let's see this one. So if you want to inspect what you need to do, guys, so just go to your Chrome browser, type inspect devices. Let me refresh this one. I already have Goldman Sachs session running. I'll click on inspect. Okay, so my APM server has quit. Let me stop this. Yeah. So let me click on inspect here. Let me wait for to load the screen couple of seconds. So we need to select this login. So again, it is an anchor tag. So here there is a lot of text, right? So instead of giving the complete text login.js for employees, we can use some other method here. for automating this anchor tag. What is that? Instead of link text, we can use some other method. Go to our script here. Let's clone this test step again. Instead of providing the complete text, give partial link text, and we can give only half of the part, login.js. So let's give login.js. Okay. Let's execute this script. So before that, let's stop APM server, restart it. So I have executed APM again. It will close the existing browser, Chrome browser sessions, and it will relaunch goldmansachs.com. Click on menu button, then click on login, then click on one more submenu button. Yeah. So now it is clicked on submenu button. Let's enter some username and password. Then we'll click on a login button. So let's quickly identify the XPath for username, secure ID, and login button. So go here. So just clicking on refresh to reload the screen. Or click on inspect tab. So let me reopen this, guys. Chrome/inspect. So click on this inspect button. So now you got these three. Copy this XPath for username. So this is the input text. We have type, class name, name, or ID. So let's identify XPath. You will get a unique XPath from these attributes. So ID equal to login. So just type here. So this is XPath, guys. Correct? And you need to send some keys here. Let's say test login. Similarly, you need to identify the XPath for secure ID here. Copy the XPath for your secure ID. Let's say secure ID, say test123. Then click on your login button. So copy this XPath. The login button is not a unique one. Okay. Here it's click operation. Okay. So we are launching Goldman Sachs, clicking on a menu button, responsive menu button. Then we are clicking on login. Then we are clicking on other login button, submenu button. So then you will get a screen like this. We are entering some username here, some secure ID here, and we're clicking. So this will fail that login scenario. So let's we have identified the XPath directly from Chrome Inspector with mobile. So this is the way you will inspect your XPath. So any queries in inspecting the XPath, guys? So are you clear how to inspect XPath for your Android web applications? Even if it is iOS, it is same thing, but you need to open this in Safari. So in Mac Mission, in Safari browser, you will have inspect option. So just go there, it will show you list of connected devices. Then the user interface will be almost similar. Or you can simply identify, let's say if you open this Goldman Sachs in a normal Chrome browser. So here, so let's say, so now if you can even inspect from here with mobile screen, loading your mobile screen like this. So just load Samsung Galaxy X screen, zoom it to 100%. Or refresh this one. So you can set your mobile screen here, guys, so that it will show it is a responsive. Yeah. So now for some reason it's not loading the responsive web design here. So this is one of the responsive web application. So you can either identify here or you can directly now in the web-based application you can check. We are clicking on the login here. We are clicking on this login. Under this login we have login GS for employees. So then we are clicking on login GS employees. Then we have username, secure ID, and we are clicking on login button. So this is the web scenario which is in Chrome, normal Chrome browser in a Windows laptop. So the same thing, we are replicating the same test case in mobile here. So when you load the same web portal in mobile, so it will open in a responsive manner, correct? So you can see here a menu button. So then we are clicking on menu button under login. So after clicking again, you got a submenu of login for GS employees. So then you are getting this screen. So any queries, guys, here? So this is a responsive test case what we consider. So let's execute this test case and check. So the text is entering test login and the password, and it is clicking on login button. And the authentication has failed here, correct? So this is a simple scenario now to identify your XPath in mobile. So then the all other frameworks, whatever we have discussed for Selenium, like page object model or data driven model, everything. Suppose if you want to pass this data from Excel sheet, it is same. You can use the framework and copy these XPaths and create some pages if you want to use this as a page object model framework. So everything is remaining same, guys. The only thing is the configuration for your mobile, what mobile you're going to connect here, and you have additional APM server which is running to execute the script on mobile devices. So any queries in mobile web, executing the scripts in mobile web, guys? So do you want me to repeat the process of setting up the project for executing mobile before we look into native? So we also have seen how to inspect the elements. So your Chrome will provide an option, inspect option to list of connected device. Now I have connected this particular device and I'm using a Chrome browser. So once if I'm having a Chrome instance in my mobile device, then it will be showing here. Okay. So any queries in inspecting and writing a test case for mobile web? So here I have used a simple Java class. So now you can use your TestNG, JUnit, whatever it is. Okay. So in before method or before class, you can write these desired capabilities before executing your test case. So it will set the capabilities and initialize your driver. Then your test case will be executed in the desired mobile, which you have set up for execution. So any queries, guys? Are you clear with setting up mobile web? So are we good to go and check with the process for native mobile applications automation? No queries in mobile web? Guys, respond in the chat box so that we can start a native automation. Uh, Pallavi, Priya, Neetu, Vaishali, Ninad. Are you clear with this mobile setup? Any queries here? Okay.